All the Jamaicans in the house, make some noise. Bullets. So I recently went to Tallahassee because, I'm doing pretty well. And like, instead of driving there, I had a bright idea to fly. So I flew to Tallahassee. So when I got to the airport, right, like I've flown before, so I'm used to it, whatever. I'm expecting like a commercial airline. But when I walked up, and they're like, come this way, and they took us in some back room. And we went out, and I saw like one of those propeller planes. You know the type you see on the news falling out the sky every so often? Yeah, one of those. So like, I'm going up to the plane, and first of all, the engine for the plane sounds like a 93 Honda Civic. I'm going up to it, it's like, I'm like, oh shit. I'm about to die. So I go in the plane, right? And they do the usual like safety briefing for the flight, but it's like different. Like the way she like gave the whole briefing and everything, it was just like cause I'm used to like the flight attendants are kind of like, yeah, this and your seatbelts are here or whatever. But the way she was saying it was like, it's not no 1%, this, just in case. This shit might actually crash. Like, you might need to use this information in about half an hour. So, pay attention. Like, she was like, your life vest is under your seat. I look under my seat, there's an actual life vest. It's still wet. And then the pilot gets on the intercom, which was weird because the plane was small and shit. All he had to do was, hey guys. But he gets on the intercom and he's like, attention passengers, I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but we have to delay the flight due to excessive wind. Let that marinate for a second. Air was moving too fast for that plane to take off. So I'm confused. I'm like, okay, I feel like excessive wind is something that happens pretty often. So I call one of the flight attendants. I'm like, excuse me, miss, what if we're already in the air and we get hit with excessive wind? And she looks at me crazy and she's like, well, that's why we're going through the safety briefing. I don't know if you're paying attention, but that's why you have a life vest. That whole flight was weird. Like, there was a guy skydiving. We're like, we're gonna drop him off halfway. And we're gonna take the rest of you over to Tallahassee. That was an interesting flight. I look at my phone because I can't remember my jokes. I'm too Any Haitians in the building? Okay, that's too many Haitians. I'm not gonna do it. Usually there's like 1 or 2 Haitians and I'm like, okay, there's a few of them, so they can't beat me up. I'll keep it with me. But alright, since guys, explain something to me. Because Haitians do something that nobody else does. Because, I call it the Haitian stare. So normally when you stare at people, and you stare at people for different reasons, but when you're looking at someone and they catch you looking at them, like, you look away, right? But Haitians. A Haitian will look at you, get caught looking at you, and not look away. And it's some unnerving shit. Like they don't give you like any like normal stare like this. It's always some wild like A lot of you Haitians still don't know that you do that, but after this show, you're gonna catch yourself. You're gonna be like, wait a second. I do stare at people like that. Fucking my next show. I don't know if you could tell, but I go to the gym every once in a while. Fuck you. So every once in a while I'm in the gym, and sometimes I see really old people in the gym. And that confuses me, because like, why are you here? You're gonna die soon.
Oh shit.
Like, the only thing a really old person has to accomplish in the gym is spit into a smaller casket. Like, honestly. Like, you be at the funeral, like, man, it's a shame Berta died. But her casket is slim. Like, your pallbearers just lift up your casket and be like, oh. Somebody's been working out. Do I have any vegetarians in the crowd?
Yes.
Vegetarians? Pussies. Every time we meet a vegetarian, they always have a story of how they went to, like, they seen a cow slaughtered, or they seen some poor animal that they knew, and ever since that they couldn't eat meat. But I had a similar experience, but instead of turning me into a vegetarian, it just made me not give a fuck about animals. Alright, so, like for instance, I'm from Jamaica, right? So, one time, like, my parents were having like a family gathering, and my uncle brings this goat. He brings a goat to the party. So, me and my little cousins, we're seeing this goat, and we're like, holy shit, there's a goat. So, we're playing with the goat. We think we have a new pet. We're playing with the goat, we're bonding with the goat. We're riding it like a little horse. We named the goat Charles. So after we bonded with Charles, had fun with Charles, my uncle comes up and he was like, oh, we have to, first of all, this dude said, oh, I need to borrow the goat for a second. Knowing damn well we would never seen that goat again. I thought we had a new pet. I didn't know that Charles' position in my life was only temporary. So he takes Charles away. And like, some time goes by and I'm wondering, where the fuck is Charles? So I go up to my mom, I'm like, Mommy, where the fuck is Charles? And she was like, you know, your dad and your uncle took him out back. So okay, I'm walking around there, and I turn to like around my backyard, and as soon as I bend the corner, I see my uncle slitting Charles' throat, like, and like that's the moment my voice changed. Like my voice is kind of deep now, but like back then, like I was walking up, I was like, hey Dad, where's Charles? It was kind of weird because like, after that, all my teachers were like, "Why are you talking like that? I'm 5." It was weird. Like right when he slits Charles' coat, me and Charles met eye contact, and he was like, "Blah." So later into the party, I'm there, and all of a sudden they're serving curry goat head soup, and it was delicious. You haven't eaten an animal until you looked it in the eyes and called it friend. Charles was delicious. And my mom came up to me because she saw us like bonding with the animal, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry about the goat." I'm like, "Fuck Charles. This is fantastic." So like, now like, I don't give a shit about animals. Like whenever I order steak, I'm like, did it have a name? How many offspring did it leave behind? Did it scream when you kill it? I'm just thinking about it now. They knew damn well they're gonna slaughter that goat, and they watched us play with it. I feel like they planned this. Like my dad got up that morning and was like, you know, it's time Junior became a man. Let him play with the goats, let him befriend it. And we're gonna take it from But what we're going to talk about next is kind of serious. It kind of scarred me a little bit. I don't trust mentally handicapped people. Like I feel uncomfortable around them.
Oh no.
And before you judge me, listen to the facts. Alright, so when I was 16, I was molested by a retarded person. Listen to the story. Calm down. We're all here right now. I need to be here. Calm down. Don't worry. So what happened was, I'm riding my bike, right? Which is how all molestation stories start. So I'm riding my bike, and I see this kid. I could see they have that look about them. You know what I'm saying? They have that look about them. I could see he's mentally challenged. So I'm riding my bike, and he goes, "Hey!" So I'm like, "Hey, guy." So I'm about to ride past him, and he's like, "No, stop." So I'm not gonna deny a mentally handicapped person. I'm just gonna say retarded. Fuck like being like is anybody offended by the word retarded? Alright. So I'm just gonna like ride past this guy, and he's just saying, "Hey." So I stop, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Hi."
How you gotta talk like that?
And he goes like this, right? And he's like, "Can I get a hug?" So I'm not honestly I'm not gonna deny this like retarded word like a hug. Like I feel bad for him. Like, alright, cool. So I give him a hug, and all of a sudden he just squeezes me and like grabs me like this, and I can't go because they're strong as fuck. Like he's holding me like this, I can't do anything. I'm like, "Let go," and all of a sudden he says, "I love you," and starts kissing my neck. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And like he's holding me there, kissing my neck. Like, stop! I'm trying to push him off of me. And he's so strong that he held me with one arm, and with another arm, he just slid his other arm down my back and squeezed my ass and let me go. I never felt so helpless in my life. It kind of messed me up for the future because I dated a girl once, and she carried me home to meet her family, and her brother was mentally handicapped. And he came, he was like, "Hi," I'm like, "Stay the fuck away from me, man!" They're horrified, like, "What kind of monster are you?" And I know. You stay the hell away from me. My name is Rodney, you guys are awesome.